Hi guys, welcome back to our channel Mishrambo TV. It's your host Chelsea, aka Mishrambo, and I'm here with my co-host TK, aka Takunda, aka Signora. Yeah. You can call him whichever you want. We're back again, continuing with where we left last time. Last time we talked about societal changes, and we're continuing with these societal changes that are affecting us each and every day of our lives, and we're going to pick up from where we left last time.
So today we're going to be talking about Kuyera. Pane Kuyera kwenzvimbo, kana Kuyera kwemitupo, kana Kuyera just in general kwezvinhu zvakasiyana siyana. Saka I think tichatangira pakuyera kwenzvimbo.
Okay.
Saka tichitaura zvikuri kuyera kwenzvimbo nyaya yekuremekedza nzvimbo dzatiri kugara mazuva ano dzine zvinhu zvakasiyana siyana. Iko zvino vanhu vazhinji they don't really consider about the sacredness of certain places. They just go and do whatever they want without even talking to varidzi venzvimbo. Zvinozokonzesa kuti zvikozova nemaconsequences mangwana atisingazogoni futi kudii kuexplaina nekugadzirisa. So handizivi kuti what's your take about?
Of course, each place has its own things, its own sacred things. Like, I remember once when I visited Vumba Mountains, when you're climbing this mountain in Chinyakwaremba, you have to get an explanation and a tour guide for you to get into to climb the mountain. We've heard of places like the Chinwe Caves. People don't really appreciate and really do what's supposed to be done before they get into these places, because I don't know whether it's because it's ignorance or because they don't know, but some people don't realize how sacred these places are, and usually no anima consequences. We've heard of people vachirasika mu Mount Nyanga, Kukunyanga, uzowanikwa sometime later, ndokunge awanikwa anyway. And we've been told not to comment on certain things, and people just don't really appreciate some of these things. And about getting into new places and everything, each place in a shonshai. Personally, that's what I believe. Okay. I think that's why back then we used to have people in a new place, you're supposed to eat mafu.
Yeah, matsito.
Or matsito or take mafu, put them in water, in a cup, and drink the water. I think it was for you to adjust to whatever is surrounding that place. But nowadays, it's not everybody who does it. I mean, we move from point A to point B. Generally, it's nomads, but we are not really, doing what we're supposed to do, or what used to be done back then. This is no reason why it is such a battle.
No, I think we'll come to that. We'll come back to that reason. I think as the time goes on, we'll come back to that reason because I think people need to start using my proper channels and kuti kana vapinda munzvimbo zvinhu zvinofanikwa kuitwa munzvimbo imomo. Pane kuti vanhu vanongosvika. I still remember kumusha kwamai vangu papane rimwe tsime raitonzi nguva dzakati hamutoendeko and pakune zvako.
But what was the reason?
I still remember my mom used to tell me that kune njozo and stuff. So kwatonzi ukasvika makuseni motosvika yakanika hembe and stuff. I don't know how true that was. But zvinhu zvatikangokura tichingo experience our tiri vadiki. And then pane nyaya yekuyera kwemutupo.
Yeah. I don't think people do justice to that lately. But it shows you only basa natural because you call yourself senior. Yeah, of course we all know when I senior but it's not many people who actually prioritize these things anymore. Yeah. But mitupo yakakosha. I think yakakosha. Because if you like to take it back and link it to science, I mean, the reason why we're having some of these changes is because we're looking at the Western culture and the scientific explanations for these. But look at Samitupoka, you find people of the same totem dating each other, marrying each other, and we no longer really care about it. You know, you hear my statements, you know, it's just the understanding between the two of us. But nobody really wants to get back how were they functioning.
But you do realize that's when you realize that person you probably married is your sister. And not and then you realize that no, and
then you realize that's your sister. But still more, that's where people brought in the whole concept of shekal karma. But personally, I don't think it's good, it's wise. Because if you want to link it to science, that's inbreeding. And we all know the consequences that come with inbreeding. We are starting to have diseases, like an increase in some of these diseases, like Anna Down syndrome, you know, Anna sickle cell, all these genetic diseases. Yeah, of course, according to science, it's a deletion of this chromosome, or this person has an extra chromosome, or what, but you realize it's inbreeding.
Yeah.
At its base. Because kana iwewe ushiyera moyo and wana muna noera moyo, trace it back, you probably realize that you have the same ancestor. And pamwe, you are much even closer than you could ever imagine. And then imagine you batana, and you start having children. You start having children when you get all these diseases. Are unexplainable. And then you start blaming it on bad luck. I don't think it's bad luck, it's just bad decisions. You know, it's just bad decisions because Warora and the moon were related to. But I was saying that we said no shikoshes.
Maybe let me just say you realize vangani vanhu vaunoti uchitangwadana inomufunza mutupu. You see?
As if I never chiziva. Look at number 2K. Some of them don't even know what to go over no energy.
But these people and stuff.
Yeah. But so what should we do? How people should just ask each other. Please ask each other out there before you get deep morudo inside manura bye. Please ask each other about your backgrounds.
That's true.
You might realize you're dating your brother. And
you don't want to date your brother.
You don't want to date your brother. And then we also have Kuyera in general. You know, like but I don't think we can necessarily call it Kuyera, but culturally Kuyera. You know, there are things sunoitika that we are not supposed to talk about, or that other people are not supposed to know. Like, you know, kuti kare when isusu tichikura kana mabereki edu akafamba zviya, they travel somewhere kuenda kumusha or to see a relative or kurufu or I don't know. Anyway, pakauya munhu achivatsvaga, you wouldn't tell that person where your parents have gone. In actual fact, you just say, vakafamba. but manje zvekuti uchataura kuti vakafamba ivo vane vatoposta kudhara kuti we are in Dubai, hey, United Arab Emirates, hey, location this, location that. Zvinhu zvinoyera kuti munhu akafamba. You don't know what bad luck follows you, and you don't know who hates you and who likes you. Like,
true.
I feel like zvinhu zvaiera kutaura nyaya dzakadaro kuti vanhu vaendepi
vanotsuka rini.
Exactly.
Pangowa kuira saka vanhu tongoti all in all vanhu havacharemekedzwi zvinhu zvaitwa kare zvazvakanaka here all in the name of Western culture. What
I think Western culture has influenced us a lot, and technology it has contributed to most